Hey everybody, it's Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. In today's video, we're going to do a little buy this, not that, in the thrift store. It is always good to keep up to date with what is selling, so you know what is a good pickup and what kinds of things you should leave behind if you're trying to make a profit on eBay, Etsy, other platforms. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you some things at the thrift store, and we're going to decide whether it is something that is a buy this or buy that instead. How does it go again? Buy this, not that. There we go. Because some of the things that I pick up maybe are not the best items for picking up, but there might be something similar or something up by a different brand or something else that we could be looking for instead. And so we're going to talk about those things. So let's dive in to the first item. I always say I love picking up figural things, especially figural things that I don't see a lot of, and a walrus is definitely something that I don't see a lot of. So even with the wear on this one and $1.99, I thought this might be actually a pretty good pickup. So I put him in my cart and then I looked him up. And guess what? He's not a very good pickup. There were some cool walruses that were. As you can see in these solds, there are some that sold for more. But the one I had seemed to be selling, one similar to it anyway, seemed to be selling for about $5 to $10, and there were a lot still listed. So you'll notice as I'm going through these different items that I do pay attention to how many have been sold and how many are still up. So 16 ceramic walruses are still up there. Now that we've seen what we shouldn't get, let's see what we should. We should be on the lookout for Walrus Squishmallows. These Squishmallows are really hot right now. I mean, I guess it depends on the style of Squishmallow, but definitely look up Squishmallows and Walrus Squishmallows. Next up, I like to take a look at banks, especially three-dimensional banks, and I thought this one might actually be a pretty good pickup. It has the base, or the little plug in it, which is rare. I don't find them very often with the plugs. $2.99 didn't seem outrageous. So I thought, you know what, let me look this up and see. I felt something inside there when I shook it, and I'm like, what is it? What's in there? Nothing. You're just imagining things. You're wishing there was something in there. So as it turns out, this is not such a great pickup. There were a couple solds, but then again, there were a lot still listed. So when I take a look at the listed, you'll see up top where it says 76 results for ceramic footballs, and there were 2 similar-ish to mine. But what I did notice is that there were some characters or figures holding a football, and they seemed to do better than just a straight football. So like Garfield with the football or this teddy bear with the football seemed to do better. These were just some other footballs just to show there were a lot listed, and they were selling for, or they weren't listed for a ton. Next up on our buy this, not that was this mug, and I'm on the fence still about this one. Farside has always been a brand that I like to pick up. There it is, Farside, $3 on this one. You got to keep the buy-in price, the purchase price in your mind when you're trying to figure this out if you're going to make a good profit. There were quite a few up and the prices varied. So here you can see on these solds, they go for anywhere from $11.50, I mean that was on auction, all the way up to $30. And it was kind of like that with how many of them were still up for sale. The one thing I will say is it seems to be a consistent seller. So this would be one of those times that getting it at a cheap price and listing it might be okay because there are so many solds, even though there were quite a few still up for sale. Next up is this witch, and y'all, do you remember Puffalumps? I thought that she was a Puffalump witch, and I was like, you're kidding me, Puffalump made a witch? And so I looked her all over, and she is international silver of all brands. International silver, they wanted $5 for her. She had some stains, she wasn't in super great shape, and so I did look her up to see, maybe I could wash her. But she's also not selling for a whole lot. There were a couple, I think 2 sold. These are ones that are still up there. And again, they're varying from $12, $13 up to $20, $25 with a little friend. But there were 2 solds, one for 10, one for 21. So I like to pay attention to that because, there are a lot up for sale and only 2. Is it going to move? Is it going to sit? So I decided that that wasn't going to be a very good pickup. Plus they wanted, I think, what, $5 for it? But there are some witches we should be looking for. And guess what? Squishmallows made the top of the list again. This is a Meowchi plush. There's a Squishmallow. And then another witch to look for is the Minecraft witch. I saw a couple of those up selling for a pretty good profit. Next up is Reed & Barton. Now, normally Reed & Barton would be a brand that I would think is a go-to. It's going to be a winner. But so I thought, you know what? I better look this up. This is a Paul Revere bowl. It had a liner in it, which is great. But I found that there were only 3 similar-ish to mine. They come in different sizes. They weren't selling for that much, which is a disappointment. But there are some Reed & Barton bowls that we can be on the lookout for. And those are the ones that have enamel linings. So they'll have a different color on the inside, as you can see here. Now, Reed & Barton, again, is a brand I like to pick up because I usually, and again, it's usually Christmas stuff. And here we go. I found this Rudolph Ornament. So I felt pretty good about this one. This was for $1.99. However, the only one I could find was on WorthPoint, so I don't know what it sold for. So I pulled up some other Reed & Barton solds for you and some other ornaments. These are some more reindeers. These aren't sold, but it gives you kind of an idea of the price people are asking. And it looks like some of the really desirable ones look like snowflakes, crosses, stars, and things like that if you're looking for the really high-priced ones. So if you see Reed & Barton, pause, but look at it because some things are worth it and some things are maybe not. Our next buy this, not that is, you guessed it, Starbucks mugs. So I could not find a sold of this one. There were a few of this up for sale with another one. I mean, just there were a few, but it was like lost. I had to scroll to really find that there were a couple of these up for sale even. And the same goes for this one. This one they wanted $3.99 for, and I thought, oh, I've never seen this one before. Might be a good one to pick up. But no, there was one sold that I could find for $26.99 for 3, and there was one up there for $8.99. Now, I personally like Starbucks mugs. They have pretty good quality, and I can put them in the microwave, which is great usually. But let's take a look and see if there are any Starbucks mugs that we should be looking for. So there are still some that we could look for. There are some snow globe ones. The ones I'm seeing are from international sellers, but that, I mean, you could still find them here, I guess, if somebody travels. So keep an eye out for those. Also, there are these blue siren, sailor, mermaid ones. I tried to find Starbucks mugs that there were multiples of, so it wasn't just like a one-off, oh, this sold for a ton of money, but ones that consistently I was seeing when I was doing my search. It looks like Starbucks also put out some Star Wars mugs, so those are ones to be on the lookout for, the Been There Starbucks mugs. And then I noticed that the You Are Here or the other travel ones, depending on where it is, can also sell for a good profit. So if you find, what is it called? You Are Here, and there's 2 different ones. Anyway, if you see one that's like a travel mug of a destination, then look it up and see. You Are Here? That's what it's called. Yeah, just look it up. I hope you enjoyed these buy this, not that items. Go down there and leave me a comment about something you would pick up or maybe something that you saw that you were surprised about. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy videos like this. And we'll talk more about this thrifting trip that I took in another video. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Bye.